So let's start this bad boy. I guess the first thing is I make a motion that we accept the minutes from December 9th, 2020.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Karen,
Aye.
aye.
Butch, aye.
Scott, aye. All right. So the basic reason for this meeting is just I wanted to get all, any last minute issues we want to get settled, figured out, planned, taken care of, because we're going to be going live next Monday and taking care of all the first responders. So I just want to.
Rich and Lynn are just doing like one fantastic job. I mean, Rich, thank God. Can you imagine if we had Randy?
Absolutely not. Rich is phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's just good that I had the experience dealing with H1N1 and some other stuff years ago when I was full-time in the health field.
Well, that's it. It's all in your background. You got it, and it's a natural for you.
We are definitely
And
lucky to have you.
and you're wonderful. So
Well, thank you.
I'm so proud of this town to have you and to be able to do what we've done and to get a consortium of towns together like we've been able to do that they haven't been able to do. You know, I think that's just fantastic.
Been a great group effort, and there's been a lot of employees that are on this call tonight and others that aren't on the call that have worked very hard for many, many months in Rutland dealing with COVID. Seth said he was joining us in a minute.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, I'll at least go over some of the specifics that he's already aware of, just so everybody knows. So we're looking to do this next Monday through Saturday, Monday through
Right.
Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then Saturday is going to be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Right.
We've got 600 doses. We're taking care of 4 other well, we're bringing the doses to 4 other communities, Orange, Winchendon, Princeton, and Sterling. And they're going to take care of their vaccines at their own places. Everybody else is going to come through us, right through the station. So the state.
I'm surprised that we have to go to Winchendon.
They just
Yeah,
asked, and we're more than happy to take care of them.
Yeah. Well, whatever we have to do, I guess. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And it's just it's less traffic through our station, which is good for us. We're just a conduit of getting them the vaccine and letting them take care of themselves.
That's true.
Yeah, I picked the 4 largest communities and talked to them because like the town of Sterling has over 100. So it doesn't make sense for them to all try to come to Rutland when I can take 100 doses and go to Sterling and vaccinate them in an hour.
Oh, wow, they have that many over there, huh? Well, yeah, they're a pretty big town. Yeah.
Rich, minus those 4 towns, what number, or Seth, what does that leave us for a total number that we have to vaccinate? Do we have that number?
Not off the top of my head. I have it in a folder. I can run out in the kitchen and grab it.
No. We're figuring somewhere in the 350 to 400.
Yes.
No, it's probably the 300 range.
300. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So if we're going to do this for 30, pretty close to 40 hours, so we can pretty much do, we can figure out what, 10 to 15 an hour we want to limit it to, or do we want to try to push it in less days?
Well, it really comes down to the number of providers that are giving vaccines. We recommend 5 minutes roughly per person. So the PrepMod software calculates out how many appointments based on the number of providers.
Okay.
So whatever Chief Knight says he's going to have for providers, each provider every 5 minutes is given an inoculation.
Now is Chief Knight's people gonna do the inoculations or Judy's people?
The fire department will handle it. I've already had a conversation with the Berry Fire Chief and our staff, and between
Oh, Seth, there you are. Hi.
good evening. Between both towns, we will staff the site for the amount of time necessary to get everyone through.
Judy's gonna have a larger role with general population and other clinics that we do.
Okay.
Because I mean, after this, we're still gonna have to do all the other groups going forward, all the way up to the general pop. So, I mean, we can definitely rely on Judy and her folks for some of those.
I was wondering about the elderly housing project.
So the next phase is 65 and older, or anybody that has 2 or more comorbidities, meaning some kind of disease, heart disease, lung disease, whatever, cancer. So that'll be coming in 2 weeks, a week after first responders.
Now, what do they present for evidence that they have that? Or
Just the honor
do
system.
they,
but,
or they need to, or it's
no,
just an
the
honor system?
Karen.
Karen, believe me, I know you are frequent flyers out there in Rutland.
Well, I worry about, I'm immunocompromised because of the emerald that I take for my arthritis. So that's one morbidity there. I've got high blood pressure. That's another morbidity. Would I be considered in that group? Plus I'm overweight too, but
About 2 weeks, Karen.
I don't want to put myself before other people that really need it. I mean, it's me and the cat. You know, I can wait until general population.
All right, so, Seth,
That's just an opinion question. I'm not saying yes you get it, yes you don't, or I don't want to put myself or any of us in front of anybody else that should be receiving it.
Yep.
hello, Judy.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic.
Judy, hi, how you doing?
I'm doing,
So, Seth, as far as vaccination staff for those hours, you said you pretty much have that all covered?
Yeah, we have that fully covered.
Now, what about administration staff?
Once we know what the portal is going to require as far as admin login and checking in of people, and we can determine that at that point.
Okay,
Right.
Oh,
And several
by
of
the way-
us would be users.
I have 12 nurses that have already stepped forward and said they'll help out that anyway.
perfect.
Very good.
We were just saying before you came on, Judy, we're definitely gonna probably need help as the next bunch of groups come along all the way through general population. I mean, teachers and elderly as we go along, just because, we're gonna have, more and more groups.
Right.
Traffic control, obviously, there may not be that where we have an issue depending on how many an hour we take or, what the backlog is. Nick, you think there's going to be a need for that at all, at least right out in the front, or are we going to be good?
I think we're going to be okay since it's all appointment based and there's plenty of room over there. I'll be there Monday and I'll have somebody there with me just to make sure it's going to be fine. And we can assess the rest of the week based on that.
Perfect. Medical supplies, pretty much everything that we need came with the dosage, so we're good on that. PPE, Seth, do we have a pretty good amount for the folks giving it?
Yeah, you should be all set.
I think we're good on office supplies. So the good thing is not a whole lot of paperwork. It all should be done online. So that'll save us any need for anything. Just have to make sure we get that all down and, for the second go around for these folks.
What is your first clinic that you're planning?
Oh, sorry. So we are, we're gonna do next Monday through Saturday. We're gonna do Monday through Friday, 2 to 8 p.m. And then Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're probably gonna end up doing about 300 or so first responders. And then we're also taking their own vaccines to Orange, Winchendon, Princeton, and Sterling, where they're gonna do themselves. But we're gonna take it to them for.
Okay.
Now, Seth, how
we have a
does,
meeting. We have a meeting in the morning for Hubbardston, so I'll let you know what happens from that.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just curious.
Judy, I don't have any problem if you take Hubbardston's over there. Either way, it doesn't matter.
You said that I could pick it up and bring it over?
Yeah, I know that you talked about that, and I don't have an issue with that. I know you're on the Board of Health over there, you're a nurse.
Right.
So either way, if they come to Rutland or you just do those doses over there, we'll work that out.
Okay.
now, Seth, my only question is, you get a fire emergency or something during one of these clinics. How is that going to affect your being able to follow through?
It won't be a problem. I have 2 staff members that are on light duty due to injury, so they will not be responding to calls. They will just be handling the clinic.
Okay, cool. That's great.
And we also have the mutual aid town, the chief, Dr. Barry, and some other towns.
Perfect. Lynn, currently, how many available Chromebooks do we have? Does the Board of Health have that we could use?
Just have the one that I'm on right now that I use. And Rich, you have one in addition to your tablet, right? Yeah, Rich has one. So we
Yep.
have 2.
Seth, do you have any extra? Should we go to ask Ron to see if he can get us some?
Becky is holding on to the town office ones, so she has them in the town office. If we
How
need
many did you say?
It should be probably 5 or 6 left over there.
Okay. Perfect. Then maybe we just save those for,
Large clinics.
yep, perfect. Yep. Okay. So coffee, donuts, and snacks, I know, does CARES allow us to use that to maybe go to Dunkin's and get some, stuff for the folks, or what is ramifications on that?
CARES will not cover that.
Okay. So I guess we take a a donation from everybody on this call, and everybody pitch in $5 now.
Well, either we take a hit on that or it's a drive-through anyways. So no one's really going to stop and get out of their car and get a donut
No,
or
I'm
a
I'm talking
coffee.
about the staff giving the vaccinations. I mean, I feel like we at least have to.
Oh, for those folks, yes, I see now. Yeah.
Yeah, the administration and whatever, We'll work it out. We'll figure it out.
What do you need from us, Seth, to prep before and then clean up after? As far as like man hours, tables, what do you need from us?
We should have everything to be able to handle this within our clinic for the first responders. So we should be able to have that taken care of.
Okay. And you know that we just got a bunch, so if you need like anything from, the board's collection, please let us know.
Yep.
And then I guess the next big thing is, once we figure everything out, get all the information back from the state, we probably want to then set, I guess, 4 weeks later? Exactly, do we want to go exactly 4 weeks for the second dosage?
Well, for Moderna, yeah, it is 4 weeks, so we'd have to, right?
It's 28 days. You can go a few days beyond, or you can do up to 4 days before the 28 days. It's going to depend on when the actual first responder gets it next week.
Right. So that would
So
put us,
they'd get their card, right?
They're going to get
With
a card
date.
and it's going to be in the electronic system, but it depends on what date and time they get it, is where the 28 days
So
falls.
it would have to start 4 dates from that date, right?
It would be the week of
4
February.
weeks from that date, I mean.
Yeah, it'd be the week of February 8th. We'd do the clinic again.
Correct.
okay, perfect. And then hopefully if, we see how this goes, we may be able to cut down the days or the hours accordingly, just if we realize, gee, we don't need, all this time, and, that way we don't have to expect as many man hours through this time.
Correct.
Yeah, actually,
Well,
Jamie was suggesting that you actually have the second clinic maybe start a couple days ahead of when the actual due date is. Trying to catch everybody. They're really concerned about that on the DPH side.
Is that more of a concern that they're not thinking people would come back, or is that more of a concern for making sure that, it gets there no matter what?
That they're not going to come back.
Okay. So that gives them a couple extra days of lead time on the back end.
On both sides, yeah.
on the front end too, yeah, so from the first date, so it would be not the 11th, but the, 9th
Mhm.
at least. From 4 weeks out, or whatever the date is.
Let's see how that plays out as far as especially getting the actual vaccine dosage. I mean, let's see how that plays out, but let's at least shoot for that week of the 8th, like you said, Seth. But maybe we can start the Thursday or Friday before and end like the Thursday or Friday of, as opposed to going through Saturday or something, or maybe do 2 days the week before, 3 days the week of, and Saturday, if it just makes it easier for folks. Well, let's figure that out as we go.
You know that this particular vaccine has to be dissolved. So you really need somebody to draw up and then 1 or 2 people to, because this thing's going to have to, it's not going to come with already and set. All you have to do is draw it up. It's
Yeah, this
have
is
to dissolve it.
the Moderna, Judy. You're just drawing this one. It's not the Pfizer.
That wasn't what I was told. I heard that the kit comes with a solution and you have to dissolve it, but we'll see when we get it.
I
didn't
think
see
that's
it.
the Pfizer. I don't think
didn't
that's the
see it on
Moderna.
packet. Okay.
All right. Any other thoughts, questions, ideas from anyone who might think of anything that have to do with this?
I just
Well,
want to push my nurses,
Go ahead,
if you need
Judy.
us, use us.
We will, but it might be the next bunch of groups, so be prepared for that.
Yep.
Seth, are you doing this with the tents outside as a drive-through? Is that how you're doing it, or are you doing it as a drive-in back out, or?
No, the fire station has drive-through access in one door and out the other.
Good.
So just so Judy knows, we did get 600 doses of Moderna today.
Wow.
And I did not see any solution when I unpacked it and put it in the freezer.
Okay.
So,
That sounds even better.
yeah, so hopefully it's a little easier, but the syringes, some face shields, a few masks, alcohol prep pads were all in the kit for each dose.
Out of curiosity, what was the size on the syringe? Because,
It's a 3 ml and you're drawing up what, 0.05?
yeah, what was it 1 inch 23 gauge or for the needle?
It was less than an inch. I didn't grab one out of the box, but
Oh, they're not as deep as the Pfizer then.
Yep.
Because the Pfizer is deep because it's got to go in that muscle. It's got to
Yeah,
go
I didn't
deep in the
grab one. I
muscle.
can check it.
Yeah, because what I saw up at Orange when they had some McKesson, and that's the company that I understand is providing the syringes, and they had some McKesson. They were 25 gauge, 1 inch, which is it's too flimsy a needle, so that's why I was concerned.
They're deep because they want them deep in the muscle. It's not just subcutaneous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
but you want a sturdy needle too. You don't want a 25.
Right.
You want a 22 or 23.
So
We can check.
once the training mod comes on board, Judy, you're good with being on that for the training?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so we'll do myself, Rich, Judy, Lynn. Anybody else want to be on it or think they should be on it?
Yeah, Chief Knight.
Perfect.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Okay, because the more the merrier. That way, we're not relying on just one person for it at all times. Okay,
We all know what's going on. Yeah.
perfect. All right. Any other issues or worries from anybody?
But I just wanted to mention to Seth that we have those windshield markers that we got to remind people. That might be another reminder if they want to mark those, the next date on their windshield when they're supposed to come back. That's another good reminder if they keep seeing that on their car. I don't know how long it lasts.
Oh, like you get your oil change, you mean?
Yeah. So just a marker. So once they get it, you just mark the next when they should come back.
Well, I
Not
believe
bad idea.
once they're in the system, I think they also get a notification
Yep, they
reminder
do.
too as well. So,
They do. They will.
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't electronic, so.
right. All right. We will figure that as we go. All right. Sorry about that.
I have one thing to talk to you guys about. I inherited the Maven, and I inherited 45 cases, and I've been taking on 10 cases a day from Rutland.
Yep.
10
Yes,
new
you have.
cases a day.
Oh,
So,
why?
so could we have a campaign about washing your hands and wearing your mask, and COVID is really here, it's not fake and all that? Because I've only had the program for what, 4 days? And I have 85 cases from Rutland alone.
Yep.
So you guys are really getting swamped over there with the COVID. So
I guess so.
so I think you maybe want to consider some sort of campaign. I mean, everybody's
Well-
rising, everybody's going up, but you guys seem to be like a focus point.
Everybody's going everywhere, and they should not. Yes, I agree. Lynn, can we get something up have Anita put something up on the web, on the town webpage?
Yeah, Damien and Anita are really good about putting stuff up. If Judy, if you wanted to send something, I can make sure we get it over to them.
Okay, I'll try and write something that doesn't scare everybody, but gets the point across.
Yeah.
Well, I can put it on Facebook tonight.
Yeah,
That'll help, maybe.
And they have, put it on Facebook and a news blast it depends on how much we want to get it out there, so.
yeah. But it was tough enough inheriting the 45 cases that are out there, and I'm slogging through it all. It'll take me a couple weeks, but because I have the other towns as well. And then, but when I saw the numbers come through, there's 15 new cases every day coming in on my roster. 10 of them are Rutland and 5 of my other towns. So you guys have a
Now,
problem.
now that's a lot different from Rich, because Rich said we were only about, what, 60, 63, Rich?
We're at 8 new cases today, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah, we got, we're at 63, but we got another 8 cases and we have 5 coming off today, so.
But see, Judy's dealing with carryover from Cheryl.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
and a lot of them are
Oh,
families.
so we're on different pages?
Yeah. And the other thing too is a lot of them are families. So if you get one case, like I called somebody that just moved into Rutland, and I found other family members because they just moved in. So there are a lot of hidden cases behind everything.
There you go.
But now, everything that goes on Maven, will that go to that state site now?
To Maven,
I guess I get confused between the two sites now.
Maven goes into the Department of Epidemiology.
Okay.
All right, I think we've got everything covered.
Hey, Scott?
Yep.
Joe's on the call. I didn't know if Joe had anything from DPW you wanted to add, or
Joe, do you want to add anything?
you there, Joe?
Well, I'm good.
Can't hear you.
If you guys are done, I think we kind of covered everything tonight, so.
No, sorry about that. Rich, I had to take a call. Somebody had sewer trouble.
Okay. Up a creek without a paddle.
Just seeing if
Well,
you
okay.
had anything to add.
No, it all seems pretty straightforward. I mean, the only thing I can think of, with doing the first responders at fire out of the gate, at least you get a test run. You're probably gonna meet again next week and you can regroup after you've done a few and see how it's all going.
Yes, sure.
That's
Definitely.
fine.
But
All
other
right.
than that, I can't think of anything.
Perfect. Thank you all for getting on Tuesday night. Thank God it was only 30 minutes. So looking forward to Monday. Thank you all. Anybody has any issues, please reach out to me, Rich, Seth, and we'll go from there. Thank you. I guess I make a motion to end this meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye, Karen, aye.
Scott, aye.
Butch, aye.
All right, guys. Everybody, thank you so much for being on, and let's rock and roll next week.